Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. I hope you've all had a fantastic Friday. Today we've got a video that we are excited to deliver. I'm going to be showing you that right now whales are accumulating Cardano. We're going to be going over a number of different articles that support this, such as the one I have behind me that reads Cardano whales go on an ADA buying spree as developer activity surges. I'll also be bringing up the data that supports this. The charts just don't lie, ladies and gentlemen. These blockchains are public and you can see what addresses hold what in terms of quantity and whether they're adding or reducing to their positions. So we'll be going over a number of different data points. This article refers to wallets with 100,000 Cardano to 1 million. We also know that wallets with 1 million to 10 million Cardano are also continuing to accumulate. And we have looked at this previously, but since we looked at the kind of spike that we saw, they've actually continued to add during this recent price action. And the price is also at very historically low levels in regards to it being oversold on the RSI, the MACD. And not only that, if you look at the monthly chart, which is what we're currently on, we are working on our 7th red candle. This is unheard of even for the bear market of 2018, 2019. Something is coming, ladies and gentlemen. In yesterday's video, we spent a little bit of time looking at the fact that TERRA and Solana, which has actually come down, and Cardano has kind of overtook it in terms of market cap, were gaining ground against ADA. And we looked at why this was. A lot of Terra's success has to do with their stablecoin deployment and also the fact that their DeFi ecosystem is flourishing in terms of total value locked. Cardano is yet to benefit from this. It is around the corner, guys. We've got the likes of Jaded coming out, and we've got hundreds of projects being built on top of Cardano. We already have a few that have deployed. We've got MinSwap launching very soon. We have gone over the liquidity bootstrapping event. Still time to take part in that if you haven't already, guys. So we've got a lot to get through in this video. We are going to be covering this article and showing you the data that surrounds it. And you guys can make your own decisions up. You guys know that I am a net accumulator of Cardano, and I will take advantage of every dip that I get and accumulate on a kind of dollar cost average basis. And that's a strategy that I've been doing throughout this entire dip, ultimately because I believe in what's to come for Cardano. I think blockchain as a space at $1.8 trillion is very, very small. And I think, you know, it has a long way to go. And we've shown you a number of things. Just the other day, we covered some of Jerome Powell's statements, who is the chairman of the Federal Reserve, for those of you who don't know. Essentially comparing blockchain to technologies that have come before it, such as the internet, the railroad industry, motoring industry, and saying that it's going through some of the teething problems and it needs to be regulated as they did in order for it to kind of gain that next level of adoption. Somewhat paraphrasing what he said there. So Cardano whales go on an ADA buying spree as developer activity surges. So this supports what we're saying about total value locked about to sort of explode with the likes of stable coins and so on and so forth. Whales on the Cardano blockchain have been on a buying spree, scooping up over 60 million tokens in only 24 hours as developer activity on the Cardano blockchain, as measured by GitHub commits, surges. According to cryptocurrency analyst Ali Martinez, first spotted by Daily Hodl, who cited data from on-chain analytic firm Sentiment, Cardano addresses holding between 100,000 and 1 million ADA have bought large amounts of tokens recently, seemingly taking advantage of the price dip as developers work on Cardano decentralized financial ecosystem. This is something we've gone over in great detail. This is the tweet from Ali Martinez. You can follow him at Ali_charts. And he's essentially showing you here you have wallet addresses with 100,000 to 1 million coins. You've got the price, and you can see right over here, look at the sort of spike that we've seen, guys. Let's read on. The buying figure represents the largest single day spike in Cardano whale accumulation in months and comes at a time in which data shows the Cardano development activity so far this year is more than 7 times higher than that of Bitcoin and has recently greatly surpassed that of Ethereum. Last month, Cardano transaction volume also exploded to 12.7 billion over a short period of more of more than double Ethereum's 6.3 billion transaction volume. One key metric to look at there is the fees. So Cardano did significantly more volume with a fraction of Ethereum's fees. Cardano is a significantly, in my opinion, is moving towards being a significantly more sufficient blockchain than many of its competitors, certainly Ethereum, in their current state. So it's all very interesting, this is the article that talked, and I think we previously covered this. Cardano ADA development activity jumped with launch of its DeFi ecosystem data. I am investing not just in Cardano so that I can use it specifically within the DeFi space to farm yield. I am also investing in a lot of the DeFi tokens such as Cardano, Meld, Liquid, and so on and so forth, because I think these are going to do very well and haven't appreciated at all yet, given just how sort of new they are. Activity on the Cardano network has been surging over time, with the number of daily new addresses being created on the Cardano network jumping by 167% on February the 18th, a metric that on-chain analyst Ali Martinez said generally presides a spike in price volatility for ADA. The price of ADA has indeed seen its volatility surge along with the rest of the cryptocurrency market in transaction volume, and developer activity surged after the launch of SundaeSwap, which commands 98% of the total value locked within the DeFi ecosystem. So let's just check that out, guys. That is not the case anymore. So this article was published today, but the data here from Ali Martinez actually came out on the 1st of March. You can see just how much the competitors have kind of ran up on it, if you will. Data from Binance Research shows that contributions to Cardano's GitHub have surged in the November last year, blah, 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 blah. So essentially what it's saying here is that whales are accumulating. You've got the data here. You can see this is the pink line in regards to whale addresses, and you can see there's been a huge spike up within that. We also have from @Mario _ Almanzar. Hopefully I am saying that right. Mario Bulos is essentially his Twitter name. And this is the amount of unique addresses with at least 100k ADA. And you can see down here, let me just move my gigantic head out the way. You can see for the first time in a long time, really since March last year, we've seen a spike up in this, as we've seen typically downtrending. This is now starting to spike. So people are getting excited, looking at Cardano, looking at it and kind of going, okay, we're happy to kind of step in here and buy at these prices. It's become a very attractive buy for a number of reasons. One, because of just how much it sold off from its all-time highs. And two, a number of indicators that you have. If we look at the weekly RSI, for example, this is at a very, very low level, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, this is at bear market bottom low levels. Also, if we look at the MACD, something is coming, guys, and I think it's going to have a lot to do with the DeFi space that is being built on top of Cardano. Something we've been saying for a very long time. Yes, it's been a very frustrating hold, but the whole idea of investing is putting your money into something and watching it grow over time. A traditional, when you talk to a financial advisor, they'll talk about a 5-year time horizon typically. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, and nothing I say or do on this channel is financial advice. But when you talk to a financial advisor, they'll look at a 5-year time horizon. That's typical of investing. How well is something going to perform over those 5 years? Is it going to outperform you just having, sat in cash or other investments? And I think Cardano, not only has it shown that over the past 5 years, remember, Cardano only came out in 2017, really during the bull market, or certainly hit markets. It was worked on before then. Has it done very well? I think that's going to be a trend that we see continue as it outperforms a number of altcoins. So that was that article. Here we also have, this is Into the Block. This was published yesterday, so this is recent. The balance held by addresses with 1 to 10 million ADA has grown exponentially in 2022 from 8 billion to 12.1 billion ADA. On March the 1st, it reached a new all-time high of 12.4 billion ADA held by these addresses. And you can go and verify all this. You don't need to take my word for it. We covered it back here when we saw a spike. And we said, wow, this is quite interesting that we're seeing this sort of uptick. And they've just gone on to continue accumulating, and we could be in, and I ultimately believe we are in, an accumulation range for Cardano because of everything that's going on, kind of prompting you know, a rally to come, guys. We're on the precipice of something huge. Right now, we know what's going on with markets. Apologies for not making a cryptocurrency daily market update video today. It's been a hectic day for me. We're trying to juggle a number of different things, you know, also maintain a YouTube channel. You know, it can be a lot easier said than done, but I will get back around to it. Today was a very important day as we had the labor force data for the United States. This has a huge effect on sort of macroeconomics and certainly Fed policy going into March, which is where we're expecting at least a 25 basis point raise from the Federal Reserve. So that's really all I have for you guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you guys can do me a huge favor, leave me a like and a comment. It really helps me out to what has been a rather unfavorable algorithm towards this channel, and sort of spread the word and get things out. So what do you think? I'm super interested in your guys' opinion. You know, it is interesting that we're seeing all these whales buy. One thing that people will be saying, okay, well, if we're seeing whales buy, why isn't, let's go down to a smaller time frame and get rid of these now. There we go. If we're seeing whales buy, why is it that we're not seeing a huge uptick in the price? Well, if there's more people exiting a market than there are entering it, price, remember, is determined at the margin. The price will go down, but one thing that you are noticing is it is kind of waning. We did have a structure set up here. We were looking at a head and shoulders here. That has, in my opinion, been invalidated. We were looking at this for your left shoulder, this for your right shoulder. There is the potential that you could be setting up something here, this being a complex head, and we see that continuation. But ultimately, we are so tethered at the moment with a lot of technicals getting thrown out the window to macroeconomic and geopolitical events. Technicals isn't really something that they do help. They do give you a rough idea and help you make a sort of probability-based investment or trade. But with what's going on at the moment, you're really trying to second guess political leaders and what they do or don't want to do, which is easier said than done. It was Raoul Paul that said that. So that's really all I have for you guys. I'm going to love and leave you on that note. If you have enjoyed this content, a like is always appreciated. So is a comment. Remember, we do have a stake pool. ALLIN is the ticker for those of you looking to stake to a stake pool, a reliable one. We have 100% uptime. And that's all I have for you in this video, guys. Enjoy your Friday evenings.